All right, buckle up, trainers, because we are diving headfirst into the wacky world of the PTCGP subreddit.
Yeah, this week, it's a real jumble out there.
We're talking spicy memes, bewildering trends, and some hot takes that might just leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about PTCGP.
And maybe even questioning reality itself.
Okay, so first up, we got to talk about this post that's got everyone freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
What if Hydreion EX, and you know this card from the real TCG, right?
Yeah.
What if it was just unleashed upon poor, unsuspecting PTCGP? This thing is a beast. 120 damage and mills 3 cards for just 2 dark energy. That's just its first attack.
Right, just to warm up.
Then for 3 dark and 1 colorless, bam, 200 damage to the active and 60 to 3 benched Pokemon.
Oh yeah, that's lights out in PTCGP. You think about it, smaller bench size, slower pace.
Yeah.
You drop Hydreion EX in PTCGP, you're probably ending the game in the first couple of turns.
Glitchered in the comments, they said it best. Imagine using Hydreion on the ladder and just auto-winning most matches. I mean, can you even imagine?
It's kind of scary, but it does make you appreciate how balanced PTCGP has been. You know, they're clearly taking notes from the power creep that's been happening in the real TCG and trying to avoid those pitfalls.
Fingers crossed. Speaking of balance, or complete lack thereof, let's move on to, well, this. A user, Auburn Shade, decided to design their own custom card, and, how do I put this delicately?
It's a masterpiece.
It's definitely something.
It's creative, let's say that.
Okay, so picture this. A custom Drudigan EX card, okay, with an attack called, wait for it, Head Explosion.
How you do?
And get this, if your opponent attaches energy to Darkrai, while this magnificent Drudigan EX is in the active slot, boom, their head explodes, game over.
You know, it's not subtle.
And it doesn't stop there. The second attack is 3 strikes, you're out. So you deal 100 damage, flip 3 coins. If they're all heads, you win the game on the spot.
It's like Russian roulette, but with Pokemon.
High stakes, high reward, potential for, like, an actual heart attack?
Yeah.
The comments are wild. People are suggesting even more ridiculous abilities, like Mystic Flare says, if you get 3 pails, Drudigan explodes instead. Now that's a twist.
Talk about a double-edged sword.
Yes, who wants to play Pokemon Jenga?
Right. I mean, it's hilarious, but could you actually put a card like this in the game?
Even as like a joke card for some special event or something.
It'll certainly shake things up.
Okay, let's move on from exploding Pokemon heads and talk about something a little less dramatic. Showcase likes.
The daily grind.
The love-hate relationship we all have with this system. You know, the constant back and forth.
It's like a delicate dance.
A delicate dance with a side of potential betrayal.
Yeah, you know, you see a friend opening old packs and you're like, really? You're doing this to me right now, to us.
Yeah.
Messing up everyone's Wonder Pick chances.
Lucky Charm 78 puts it best. If you're on my friends list and you open anything older than the latest set, consider yourself unfriended.
Yeah, tough love. But it's strategic.
You got to optimize those Wonder Pick chances. It's a game within a game.
Absolutely. It's like a social experiment almost.
Well, it's a whole social ecosystem. Alliances are forged, friendships are tested, all for the love of those sweet, sweet EX cards. And then there are the memes.
Oh, the memes.
You know that feeling when you see your friend opening old packs? It's like a collective gasp of horror from the entire PTCGP community. It's a meme in itself.
That's a tragedy.
A tragedy in 3 acts. Okay, enough about the social drama. Let's talk about something a little more lighthearted. Promo cards.
Fun stuff.
Right. And someone suggested, and I have to emphasize that this is a joke, a very specific type of joke, an April Fool's Day promo card. Pikachu with the attack Surprise.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
1 colorless energy, and it does, wait for it, 69 damage.
Oh, I see where this is going.
The number itself has caused quite a stir in the comments, let's just say that.
I bet it has.
But people are loving the absurdity of it all. Shiny Hunter 99 says, I'd unironically use this card just for the memes.
I mean, wouldn't you? It's a statement.
It's a whole mood. Promo cards are great, though. They bring a sense of fun, remind you that it's not always about winning or losing. It's about, sharing a laugh with your fellow trainers.
Yeah, and the creativity in the comments, it's incredible. Bidoof EX, an Imakuni card, even a Pikachu with a, get this, deep-fried hollow effect.
Deep-fried Pikachu. Now that's an image.
I need to see that.
I mean, who knows? Maybe the devs will actually take some inspiration from these brilliant minds of the PTCGP subreddit.
It wouldn't be the first time they've listened to the community. I'm holding out hope for that Bidoof EX, I gotta say.
We all are. All right, trainers, that's it for part 1 of our deep dive, but we're just getting warmed up.
Oh, yeah. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll be tackling unexpected tournament results, the shiny dust dilemma, and a card that just might make you question the fabric of reality itself.
Yeah, it's about to get real. See you there.
See you there. Welcome back to The Algorithm Speaks.
You know, sometimes the most unexpected cards can really shake things up.
It's true. You never know what's going to come out of left field and totally change the game.
This post titled, Draco Meteor Denied. Oh, it's a thing of beauty.
Oh, yeah.
You've got a Dragonite player all set to unleash their Draco Meteor attack, right? You know, the one that can just wipe out an entire bench in one go.
Yeah, total board clear.
But little did they know, their opponent had a surprise waiting for them.
A couple of surprises, actually.
It's not one, but T-Duo Bastiodon on the field.
Talk about a wall.
Each one with that beautiful, beautiful ability to completely negate the damage from Draco Meteor with, of course, a successful coin flip.
It all comes down to the flip, doesn't it?
And guess what? The Bastiodon player, they won both coin flips.
Oh, talk about a clutch moment.
So Draco Meteor completely shut down, just like that.
That's got to be heartbreaking for the Dragonite player. All that setup, all that energy just gone.
The comments are full of people sharing their own Bastiodon stories. It's like, it's a cult classic, this card.
It's the underdog story we all love, right? You think you've got it all figured out, and then bam, Bastiodon comes out of nowhere and steals the show.
Okay, let's move on from the battlefield and into the art gallery, shall we?
Ooh, time for some aesthetics.
We found this post asking the age-old question: which immersive art card reigns supreme? And of course, it all comes down to two titans, Dialga versus Palkia.
Classic matchup. Unstoppable force meets immovable object.
Dialga's immersive art, it's breathtaking.
I can just imagine it.
You're watching eons pass, continents shifting, stars swirling, and Dialga's right there in the middle of it all, just radiating power.
It's like a cosmic ballet, you know? Graceful, elegant.
But then you've got Palkia going for a completely different vibe.
A little more chaotic, maybe?
Oh, it's mind-bending, like an M.C. Escher painting come to life.
Distorted perspectives, impossible geometry, you're not sure which way is up or down.
And the comments, oh boy, it's a war zone.
People are passionate about their immersive art, aren't they?
Dialga fans praising the elegance, the serenity, the feeling of being transported to another dimension.
And the Palkia fans, they're all about the abstract, the surreal, the feeling of like your brain melting a little bit.
But one user, they said something really interesting about Dialga's immersive art.
What's that?
They love it, even though they think the static card art is horribly designed.
Oh, that's a hot take.
It makes you think, you know, about the challenges of designing these immersive art cards.
It's got to complement the original art, but also offer something new, something unique, something that really immerses you in the Pokémon world.
And let's not forget about some of the other amazing immersive art cards out there. Charizard, with that whole, like, Game of Thrones battle scene.
Yeah, that one's epic.
And Pikachu just chilling in a serene meadow. It's pure nostalgia.
It's like a warm hug for your soul.
Okay. Let's get real for a second and talk about something that causes a lot of pain and suffering in the PTCGP community. The never-ending quest for EX cards.
Yeah, that can be rough.
We found this meme. It's tragic, really. It shows a player having to make an impossible choice. 2 booster packs, one with a guaranteed EX card, the other with a guaranteed full art.
Oh no, the dilemma.
And they have to choose the full art pack.
I can feel the pain through the screen.
It's a problem, right? You want those EX cards, the powerhouses, the game changers, but all you get are full arts.
The pretty, shiny distractions.
One user, they're just heartbroken. They say, I hate that 1-star cards are more common than 3-diamond cards.
Yeah, that's a tough pill to swallow.
Another player, they chime in, I've pulled like 6 EX cards from the new packs and 21 1-stars. I just want to play with more than one Darkrai and Dialga. Can you imagine?
The struggle is real.
And then the best comment, hands down, who in the world asked for a full art hippopotamus? I mean, come on.
They have a point, you know? I appreciate the artistry, but at the end of the day, it's the EX cards that get you excited.
It's a tough balance for the developers, right? They want to appeal to the collectors, but they also need to keep the competitive scene happy.
Maybe they could adjust the pull rates a bit. Make EX cards a little easier to get without completely devaluing the full arts.
Or, how about this? A trade-in system. You collect a certain number of full arts, you can trade them in for a guaranteed EX.
That's not a bad idea. It would give people options, cater to different play styles.
It would definitely make a lot of people happy, but for now, we just got to keep our fingers crossed and pray to the RNG gods.
Speaking of RNG, let's talk about this post that's causing a lot of buzz. It's titled, "So We Can All Agree That This Only Exists as a Landmine Right." And it's about the special shop ticket, the one that costs 300 shop tickets.
300.
That's a steep price.
And for what? Cosmetic items. Card sleeves, coins, playmats, things that don't actually affect the game.
But they look cool, right?
They do. But is it worth sacrificing booster packs and hourglasses for? That's the question.
It's a slippery slope. You start chasing those shiny cosmetics, and next thing you know, you're broke and your deck is still weak.
The comments are full of cautionary tales, people regretting their decision to spend those precious shop tickets.
Yeah, one person even called it the biggest expletive waste of tickets ever.
Ouch, strong words.
It's a trap.
It is. It's like a siren song, luring you in with the promise of shiny things.
But you gotta resist. You gotta prioritize those booster packs and hourglasses. Those are the real MVPs.
Okay, so we've talked about the struggles of the PTCGP economy. Now let's see how the pros are doing. Time for some high-level gameplay analysis.
We found this post. It's a screenshot of a tournament, nearly 200 people, and the winner, wait for it.
Don't tell me, a Bidoof deck.
Close. A Pachirisu EX deck.
No way.
I know, right? It's like the ultimate underdog story.
Pachirisu, that little electric squirrel taking down the big leagues.
And the deck list, it's so simple. 2 Pachirisu EX, 4 Choice Belt, 4 Escape Rope, 4 Scoop Up Net, 2 Pokeball, 1 Red Card, 1 Team Magma's Mars, 1 Lumberry.
It's all about consistency, disruption, just keeping the pressure on, not letting your opponent breathe.
And it worked. This Pachirisu deck, it took down some serious competition. It's proof that you don't need flashy EX cards and complicated strategies to win sometimes. It's all about the fundamentals.
The comments are hilarious. Some people are impressed. Some are like, this deck sucks, it's boring, no creativity.
It can't please everyone, right?
But it just goes to show there's no one right way to play PTCGP. You find what works for you, you master it, and you can achieve anything.
It's inspiring, really.
All right, before we wrap up this part of the deep dive, we got to talk about shiny dust, the ultimate dilemma.
Shiny, sparkly, and oh so tempting.
We found this post. Am I the only one who hasn't used a single shine dust since day one? It's a question that haunts us all.
To shine or not to shine, that is the question.
You burn those extra cards, you get that sweet, sweet shiny dust. You can make your favorite card sparkle. It's beautiful, it's mesmerizing.
But is it worth it?
That's the thing, right? Every card you burn, it's a card you can't trade, you can't use for missions, you can't admire in its pristine, unsparkled glory.
It's a tough call, especially if you're a collector or someone who's really focused on building competitive decks.
The comments are a battleground. You've got the shiny dust fanatics. They're burning everything they can get their hands on.
Gotta catch them all, the shiny version.
And then you've got the pragmatists. They're hoarding their cards like, I might need this someday.
You never know when a card might become meta relevant, right?
One user even pointed out that there's a hidden achievement for using shiny dust.
Oh, that's sneaky.
It's like they're trying to tempt you, you know? But ultimately, it's your choice. Do you go for the Starkle or do you play it safe?
It's a classic struggle, aesthetics versus practicality.
And in PTCGP, just like in life, there's no right or wrong answer. You got to find what works for you.
You gotta find your own sparkle.
Well said. Okay, trainers, we're back and ready to tackle the final part of our deep dive into the PTCGP subreddit.
Yeah, we've covered some pretty interesting ground so far.
Oh, we've seen it all. Strategic brilliance, exploding Pokemon heads, the great shiny dust debate.
But there's one more topic we need to address before we wrap things up.
And it's a big one.
The eternal struggle. The quest for EX cards.
And the overwhelming abundance of full art cards. It's a problem. Like, seriously, who needs a full art hippopotamus? Who?
Right. They're pretty, don't get me wrong, but they don't exactly help you win battles.
We found this meme, and it perfectly captures the frustration. Imagine 2 booster packs. One guarantees an EX card. The other, a full art. And you have to choose the full art. It's heartbreaking.
I can practically hear the collective groan of PTCGP players everywhere.
The comments are filled with tales of woe. One user says, I hate that 1-star cards are more common than 3 diamond cards. Like, yeah, tell me about it.
It's a valid complaint. EX cards are the backbone of competitive decks.
Another player chimes in, I've pulled about 6 EX cards from the new packs and 21 1-stars. I just want to play with more than 1 Darkrai and Dialga. It's like a cruel joke.
You spend all this time and effort chasing those powerful EX cards and all you get are full art distractions.
It's enough to make you want to quit the game. But of course we don't, because we love PTCGP, even when it makes us want to tear our hair out.
Right. It's like a love-hate relationship. So what can the devs do to address this problem? That's a tough one.
They gotta appeal to the collectors who love those shiny full art cards, but they also can't alienate the competitive players who need those EX cards to build powerful decks.
Maybe they could tweak the pull rates, make EX cards slightly more common?
Ooh. Or what if they introduced a trade-in system? Like trade in a certain number of full arts for a guaranteed EX card.
That's an interesting idea. It would give players more control over their collection and their deck building options.
It would certainly make a lot of players happy. But for now, all we can do is keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best. Well, trainers, that brings us to the end of our epic deep dive into the PTCGP subreddit.
We've laughed, we've cried, we've questioned the sanity of the developers.
It's been a wild ride. But hey, that's the beauty of PTCGP. It's a constantly evolving game with a passionate community that's always eager to share their thoughts, their memes, and their occasional outbursts of frustration. So, until next time, trainers, keep those decks sharp, those trades flowing, and those memes coming.
And may the RNG gods be ever in your favor.